I've got one rule, it's be respectful.
And why isn't Joseph Smith, let's say, the founder of Mormonism, why isn't he the true prophet who got messages from God?
Pronoun. In a continuous sequence, the he wouldn't go back to the seminal fluid or to the spurting fluid, but it would go back to the person. So the person comes out from between the backbone and the rib cage.
So tell me about this preservation.
So either you be respectful, or I show you that you're the garbage and I throw you out just like this. I've got one rule, it's be respectful. Go ahead.
I don't really have anything to say. What are we discussing?
Did you request to join by accident?
No. I mean, I joined, but I thought maybe you would propose a topic.
Right there.
Ask about what is Islam. Okay, what is Islam?
Sure. Islam is the belief in the one true God, submitting your will to Him.
Okay.
Generally speaking. Islam is
okay.
following the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as revealed to him by Allah, by the creator of the heavens and the earth, the one true God.
And why isn't Joseph Smith, let's say, the founder of Mormonism, why isn't he the true prophet who got messages from God? You see what I mean?
Okay. Merely claiming that you're a prophet doesn't automatically make you a prophet. We don't follow blind faith in Islam. You have to have belief through truth. You have to be able to identify truth and follow it. We don't just follow blind faith. We're not Muslim because we're brought up as Muslims. You understand?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, he also claimed to be a prophet, and he brought the Book of Mormon. Okay. So Muhammad brought the Quran, Joseph Smith brought the Book of Mormon, so why is one worthy of being followed and not the other?
Once you've established that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is in fact a prophet, then his message must be true, if he's actually a prophet, right? So once you've established that the Prophet, peace be upon him, is in fact a prophet of God, then whatever he says is from God, is a messenger of God. So whatever that is what God's decree is. His message is that he is the final prophet. So any prophet after the Prophet Muhammad, I don't even have to acknowledge, because I know that there will be no prophets after him. Anyone that claims to be a prophet after him is false. Because I've established through truth and recognized that the Prophet Muhammad is in fact a prophet.
I think there's a flaw in your reasoning. You said that, once you've realized that he is the true prophet, that anything he says is true, that's when you realize that whatever he brought is true. But shouldn't part of your calculation of whether he is true include an evaluation of what he brought?
Of course.
Right.
The way that we decide that the Prophet Muhammad is in fact a true prophet of God is to examine his message and his prophethood. Is he in fact a messenger of God? Does he have the proof, the evidence to support that he is a prophet, a messenger of God? And by examining the Quran, for example, specifically, we see that he is a prophet of God, that the Quran could not have been the words of man. It is definitely the words of God. The knowledge that he brought cannot be of anyone other than God. And the fact that it's preserved in the way that it's preserved tells us that we have the full message of God. And that the Prophet Muhammad is described in the Quran with the words of God as being the final prophet, the seal of the prophets. So there can be no more prophets after the Prophet Muhammad.
Okay. Now, you said that the proofs are in the Quran. Obviously, the Quran contains lots of scientific errors. It contains logical errors. It contains grammatical errors, although I'm not an Arab, so I can't read it to prove that.
Okay, but, so that was a claim that you just made without any proof, basically.
Oh, no, but other people have said that there are grammatical errors.
Yes, other people who disbelieve can say whatever they want.
No error.
They have to be able you have to be able to demonstrate it. To hold for
But
that
for,
argument to
for
hold
example,
value, you have to be able to demonstrate it.
But for example, the Quran says that, it talks about embryology, and for years people say, "Oh, this is proof that Islam is true." But actually, that was copied from a Greek scientist called Galen, who said exactly the same thing. And not only
Actually,
that,
actually, the Greeks that spoke of that in the past did not say exactly the same thing. That is false, unless you can demonstrate that it said exactly the same thing. The Greeks included other things, other steps in the process that aren't in the Quran that were false. It also included definitions or descriptions that are false, that aren't included in the Quran. And to demonstrate that one copied from the other, you would have to actually demonstrate that one copied from the other and not got his information somewhere else.
well, I mean,
Can you demonstrate how the illiterate man in Mecca got the information from a Greek philosopher?
yeah. So let's say I'm illiterate. I don't know how to read. I don't know how to write. Yeah, I am illiterate. So I walk around and I talk to people. Right. I have a voice box. I have ears. I have eyes.
Right.
I can still learn things, pick things up, and then I could even write a book. But I wouldn't write it myself because I can't write because I'm illiterate. So I can tell a ghostwriter to write it for me. So you don't need to be able to read and write in order to come up with ideas. And you're talking about errors. Well, errors have crept in because if you look at the where sperm is produced, according to the Quran, from in between the backbone and somewhere else, and
It doesn't say
that's
sperm.
not.
It doesn't say sperm.
It does, doesn't it? I mean,
No, it doesn't. No,
Yeah,
it
but
doesn't.
that,
You want me to pull it
does.
up?
It does. Go on, pull it
We
up.
can pull it up.
Let's pull it up.
Sure. See it?
Yeah.
So, let's start at the top of the surah, huh? It says, are you with me? There's a lot of noise in the background.
Sorry, I've got my fan on. It's very hot.
So it says, let people then consider what they were created from. Who? People. They were created from a spurting fluid, steaming from between the backbone and the rib cage, right?
Yep.
Now, stemming from between, right? Stemming. The stemming is not talking about the fluid. It's talking, by the way, the fluid isn't sperm either. The word here is ma. It means water, the fluid. When it talks about the aspects of embryology, it talks about nutfa. The word nutfa is used for sperm. So it's not the same word as sperm. But regardless, stemming from is talking about the person, the people. Now here the word for people is man. It's a singular. Okay? So let man see from what he is created. He is created from a fluid or a water that is ejected or that is flowing, a flowing water, dafiq, okay? He coming forth, the ya in the beginning means he. Yakhruju, he is coming from, he is stemming from, okay? From between the ribs, the backbone and the rib cage, okay? He.
Okay.
Now in the Arabic, when you have a series of sentences and they're consistently saying, let man see from what he is created, there's a he. Then yakhruju, he is created, it's a he, yakhruju, it's he. And then another one, yakhruju, again, he comes from, okay? And then it goes on after that one. It says, he indeed, okay, can bring him back or return him, talking about man again. God can bring him, man, back. So there's pronoun in a continuous sequence. The he wouldn't go back to the seminal fluid or to the spurting fluid, but it would go back to the person. So the person comes out from between the backbone and the rib cage.
Well, even that doesn't make sense. That's nonsense. How are we stemming from between the backbone and the rib cage?
Stemming meaning coming out from. That's where you're.
Yeah,
that's where you're kept when you're in your mother's belly. Like you're literally kept there.
Yeah, I think this is a reach, to be honest. I mean,
It's not a reach.
so
That's how it's meant. He. It's talking about the man. It's not talking about the fluid. And by the way, the fluid, again, is not the sperm.
yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a reach. I mean,
You can call it a
yeah,
reach, but I just explained it to you linguistically, grammatically. So I don't know what there is left for it to be a reach.
well, I
You
will
can
need to
try a
look at
different
that.
one if you want.
No, no, I can try. I need to look at that one in a bit more depth. But
Okay.
you were saying, so talking about preservation.
Uh-huh.
So tell me about this preservation.
Preservation of the Quran.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so what about it?
So how is it preserved?
So as the Prophet, peace be upon him, recited the Quran, which was revealed over the course of 23 years. So your claim initially about him having to learn all the things that he learned and spoke about in the Quran, how to make an economic system, how to make a government system, how to make a law system, all the things about the earth and the world and biology and everything that he mentioned, including what he mentioned in the hadith, which is also numerous, all the prophecies of the future, knowledge of the history of the past, where he corrects other cultures that say certain things, and then we find out that he was correct. All of that, he would have had to learn in his first 40 years of his life.
That's
And
not
then,
hard.
well, sure,
That's,
sure. I'm sure it's not hard for an Arabian in 1400 years ago who doesn't know how to read or write to learn all that, to gather the information from Greek culture, from Asian, Chinese culture, because that's what he's accused of copying, right? The Asians, the Greeks, the Indians, he just went all over the world and got all
no, he
this
didn't. No, no,
information.
no. The
Well, I mean,
point is,
it
all
all
this
came to him. It
information.
all came to this one illiterate man that nobody else
No, no,
knew.
no. It's
Right?
not.
All this information that nobody
the-
else knew, he knew.
But
That's fine. That's
what
fine.
I'm saying,
That's fine. That's
you're
fine.
missing the point.
He knew how to correct
There
it.
isn't any information. There's garbage. The Quran is full of garbage. There's nothing good in
I
there.
said be respectful.
Right?
I said be respectful. Look, that's the
But
easiest way. If you
but
can't actually hold a conversation and remain respectful, that means that you have nothing to offer.
yeah,
So
but
either you be
you're
respectful.
making
No.
these
Either
stupid.
you be respectful, or I show you that you're the garbage and I throw you out just like this. You can be the garbage, or you can demonstrate truth. You have that option. You can be respectful, or you can demonstrate that you're garbage and I'll throw you out.